Yo, it's editing Tonic. So, I didn't realize I recorded this whole video and it was recording on my desktop mic, not my actual mic. So, I'm so sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna be more careful of that in the future, and I hope that you can still enjoy this video. What's up, guys? It's Tonic. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna break down for you how I made Seems Like.
Seems like everything goes back to the past. Should've listened to my friends, knew this shit wouldn't last.
I was just fooling around on the piano one day and came up with this cool progression. Once I had that progression established, I dropped in the MIDI here and really just kind of played around with different instruments to see what instruments it sounded good on. So I think one of the first things I played around with was this instrument right here. It's just a patch in Labs under modular pianos called Piano Heaven. And I added an arpeggiator on it. It sounds like this. I was really rocking with that, but I wanted a sort of more analog synthy sort of sound to be the main upfront sound. So I dropped the MIDI into another instrument. This one is like a patch in Serum, just one of your basic presets here under Plucked. And I used that as my main sound and layered it with this sound. And so I did a bit of processing on those, came out sounding something more like this. So after I had that melody established, I came in with the drums. Nothing too exciting or out of the normal here, but I guess I'll break down this 808 for you. Alright, so the original 808, let me turn off this processing here. The original 808 came in sounding like this. It's just this 808 that I have from a sample pack. I EQ'd it. And I added my own processing on it to make it sound, I wanted it to sound pretty unique and different. So I just added some compression, make the dynamics a little more even, added some chorus, which is what gave it that width. Okay, right, made that shit wide. Added some distortion, I think. Let's see. Yep. Alright, then I don't think this was doing anything. I think this was just monitoring. I added a imager to kind of reel in the width a little bit. So my little secret is everybody thinks they need to keep their 808s completely mono. That's cool, that's fine, but I like to add some width to mine personally. Then I just built out the arrangement as usual. Had the verse in here. Added in this pre-chorus. I wanted something a little more emotional leading into the chorus. That lead-in sound there, that is my voice. So, you know, sometimes if you don't have the time to sift through all your samples that you got, just do what she always said. Use your mouth.
Oh, I'm tinging so hard right now.
Chorus 2, set up the second verse here, which I halftime. You know, I always like to do that. And then I set up this really emotional second pre-hook. Final chorus, outro, fade out. So I cleaned up the beat a bit, added some of my signature stuff in there, like the Walmart blip and my tag, and now the beat was ready for the artist. This is sometime late February, early March. Picnic Satellites, I think, had dropped already around this time. So while I was searching for people, I came across jxnesdeath. I can't remember exactly how I came across him, but I'm pretty sure I was listening on Spotify and he just came up. It might have been my Discover Weekly or something like that, but I heard his song 40 Piece. That song turned me on to him, and I decided to check out a lot more of his stuff to see what he sounded like, and I thought to myself, this guy would be a perfect fit. I reached out to him, I sent him an email first. I don't know exactly why I did that, but maybe I couldn't get a hold of him. Maybe I couldn't find better contact info for him. Anyways, I eventually reached out to him on IG too. He said he fucked with some of my earlier music. He loved the song I did with Xanakin, so he was happy to get on the track. And he really liked the beat that I sent him, so he said it was gonna take 3 weeks. So I said, that's cool with me, that'll be perfect, it'll come out in March. I had just dropped Picnic Satellites, and then I was already working on I Won't Be There, set for April. So I thought that'd be a perfect song to kind of fill that gap. Then fucking March goes by. I don't really, we're staying in touch and everything, but he says it's gonna take longer than that. So I'm like, okay, that's all right. Kind of used to working with people by now, so I know that sometimes it takes people a minute. I've been keeping up with what he's been up to in his stories and stuff, and I've seen that he's a very busy person at this time, so I'm like, cool, whatever. Get it to me in April. April goes by, I talk to him again in May. May goes by, still don't have it. June's coming up. I say to him, yo, June, this is literally your month, dude. Like, you gotta get this to me in June so we can drop it in June. He says something along the lines of like, I know, man, don't worry, I'm gonna have it ready, sorry for the delay. June goes by and we can't get it out by June. At this point, I'm very disheartened and very sad about it because it's not looking like this is ever gonna get done. At this point in time, you know that I had already paid some artists to do some feats and never received anything for it. So, not June's fault, but my trust at this point is at an all-time low. I hit him again in July saying, hey man, I want my money back. I'm ready to move on from this. He hits me back reassuring me that that he is working on it and that he's gonna get it to me soon. It's just taking longer than he expected. He was really cool about it and he was very apologetic, and I just really appreciate him being real with me. He had been really cool and understanding the whole time, and so I was willing to give him another shot. So I think it was sometime in July. Eventually finally got me the vocals, and when I heard them, I did not regret my decision. The wait had been worth it, man. Holy shit. I was just so happy that it was so good, man. Like, he was really a man of his word in terms of quality. So once I got those vocals, like all the anxiety that I had and everything, it just went out the window and I could finally take a breath of relief. So it was time to get back in the stew and get to work on making everything sound pretty. So the thing is, June, and I guess maybe his engineer, did a lot of mixing on his vocals anyway. And so his vocals already sounded pretty damn good. So at the time, I didn't really bother doing a whole lot with the vocals. I just kind of touched up the track a little bit, arrangement-wise, to make it complement them a little bit more. So now that I had June's part to work with and to show other people, I wanted to send it now to the female vocalist. So actually, June had titled the song Seems Like. He wrote the lyrics, he wrote the melody, and titled it Seems Like. And I stuck with it because I think it just, I don't know, just something about it just worked. But I had delivered this concept to him that I wanted it to be about a relationship between a guy and a girl. I wanted it to be a sort of duet with a guy part and a girl part, and I wanted them to kind of complement one another. And I wanted them to be sort of reflecting and talking about the toxic relationship that existed between the two of them. I was really imagining a sort of Halsey, Avril Lavigne sort of sound to complement June's sort of deeper tone that has a lot of body. So it took another month or so to get his vocals, and at this time already, I'd already released a lot of songs. I Don't Care Anymore, Die, Mo had come out. I was kind of now aiming to be able to release this sometime in December. I got his vocals back, and honestly, it wasn't my favorite, but we had kind of worked together on it, and I felt like it was gonna sound better once I processed them and everything. So I went back into the project and mixed her vocals. The thing is, I did have to do a lot of editing to both the time and the pitch. From what I've learned from experience, if I'm having to do a lot of the sort of heavy lifting, so to speak, it's probably something that's not worth devoting so much time to. So anyways, again, like, I'm not gonna mention her name or anything like that because I don't want, I'm just telling you guys honestly what was going on. I don't want anybody to think bad of her or anything because she did the best that she could. Realized that I had made a fatal flaw as a songwriter and as the person who's constructing and putting this whole song together. So what I could have done is written it in a different key that would be more manageable for most female singers and most male singers, where their vocals kind of can meet and complement each other without one or the other having to stress too much or having to really bend their normal singing style too much. So I fucked up. You know, I realized that I had fucked up, and I didn't want all of that time that I had spent waiting for June's vocals. I didn't want all the effort that he put into it to go to waste. Well, luckily I had had previous working experience with this girl, Nathalie Q. So Nat is actually on another one of my songs that isn't released yet. So I knew her vocals, and I knew that she can sing really up there and stuff sound really solid. So I reached out to her again. I said, Nat, I'm in a predicament. I need you to save me, please. So girl had my back, and I was just super thankful. But personally, I think she sounds fucking dope. I know she got a bit of an accent, but like I said, she's Latin American, so that's just the way it's gonna be. And I'm just really happy and thankful and fortunate that she pulled through for me. So I dove back into the project to get all these vocals mixed and sounding cohesive and good together. So I totally forgot to mention that at some point I had sped up the song a bit, changed the BPM. I think it was 166 to 175. I had done that at some point, I want to say later on in April or something. I sent a revised copy to June and just had him use that instead of what I sent him originally. So I just sped it up a bit. I felt like it felt better at this speed. Anyway, so I had June's Vox already. It said June's Vox were already mixed pretty well. I just did a little bit of extra stuff to them.
I do some things without thinking. We try to love, but we're sinking. I can.
Like, I barely touched those at all. They already sounded really good to my ears.
I can. Help me, baby, it's not helping. I try to do this shit alone, this shit is not working. The pain that you got.
I forgot so this is the clean version I was making. So I just added some effects here and there, kind of spice it up a little bit as I usually do. Nat's Vox were the ones that I really worked with more.
I need to make up my mind. This has been going on for too.
Shit. Her Vox already sounded pretty good too. I just cleaned up the timing and I mixed them in a way that also felt sort of similar to June's. So here's the sort of processing you can see on the side here that I got. A little bit of saturation in the beginning, you know, EQ out any harsh frequencies, add in some frequencies to kind of give it a better tonal shape, and then add some stereo width to it. This is my favorite part right here.
If you wanna stay, you just gotta take me higher, higher.
Let's hear it with the reverb.
If you wanna stay, you just.
No, there's really no reason why I should be doing this, but unfortunately it is. So anyways, I mixed in her Vox, got that all set up. The vocal harmonies here are really nice. Check this out.
Oh, she's like everything goes back. Oh, she's like everything goes back to the past. Should've listened to my friends, knew this shit wouldn't last.
Yeah, anyways.
Oh, she.
Yeah, you know, I got those vocals all mixed in. You can kind of see a method to my madness here. If you check it out, I got Nat's vocals, I got her group Vox, I got June's vocals, I got his group and then I have all of them going to a master processing for all the Fox. Now with having all the elements, I had plenty of time to go in there and kind of add some ear candy here and there, like some of the perks that you hear. Fun little things I threw in there just to keep it interesting and alive. Personally, I like using real organic sounds and stuff to do that sort of thing, to kind of tie things back to reality. So that was it. That was the track complete. Seems like ended up being the first thing I dropped 2022. Couldn't be happier that a lot of y'all really fucked with it. But at least a lot of y'all felt like it was kind of fresh because it had June, it had Nathalie Q. Their dynamic was pretty cool on it. Met and hit up this guy Ryoto to do the AMV for it. And as you've seen probably, if you've seen the AMV, you know that it is, you know it's God tier. I'm really happy I met him. He also just recently did an edit for my latest song, Overdrive. If y'all haven't seen that, that's my newest one with Dago. Go check that out. The artwork, I found an artist on Fiverr. I'll put his link in the description too. So if you like the artwork, you can hire him too. That's pretty much all there is. That's the story, it seems like. Though it wasn't the easiest project to work on, I'm really happy with things turned out the way they did. June was a really understanding person and just super cool the whole time. You know, although it was challenging working with him at times, I'm really happy that I got to know him better and got to work with him on this. I'm happy I got to meet, happy I get to talk with and build a relationship with, and I can't wait to maybe work with him again. Nathalie, you're gonna be hearing her on one of my tracks again in the future. Like I said, it's gonna be a Latin track, and I hope y'all are gonna fuck with that one. So we got that one coming up, and I got a couple of other really big projects planned. I hope y'all are excited about it, and I can't wait to share it with you. Thanks for joining me on this, and I'll see y'all later. I think that's all I got to say, right? Yep. All right, I'll see y'all later. Take care. Peace.